Hi folks, I'm back again, and today we're going to be talking about this Nikon Nikkor 70 to 200mm AFS VR lens. But before we do, I'd like to take a brief moment about the world in which we live in. Okay, now I used to be confused by this. Okay, I used to be confused as to why it is very difficult for people like me would struggle to look for, jobs in areas of like selling in camera shops and things like that. And I realized that the world that we live in, we're not interested in these camera shops. To be successful, they need to have their staff, I personally think, very untrained, professional, but no knowledge and no skill and no experience in their photography. And the reason why I say this is because I walked into a shop in Preston a few years back, and the person was comparing an iPhone 7 to a D800 camera, and I couldn't help but to interfere and take over the sale. Of course, I didn't get commission. Now this is a proper camera shop in Preston, in the mall, and that was their employees, that was their staff. And then when I went to go and buy a Hoover, yeah, well, it wasn't a Hoover, but a vacuum cleaner, the salesperson basically was reading, right, but because it has 5.4 liters, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, well, you just read that off the box. So there was really no skill. Now, you see, I come from a different era, okay? The era I come from, you had to be experienced, you had to know what you were selling, you had to know your product, you had to get up, and, because you get a whole bunch of, well, you get a whole bunch of stuff from customers coming in. Well, how come you don't know this? How come you don't know that? People wanted to be, wanted you to sell them a product. They came in the shop so that you can help them pick wisely. Okay? That's exactly what I do. Okay? I help you to pick wisely. And that's exactly what I did when I helped that guy move from a D300 DX camera to a full frame FX D800. Yeah? I helped him to choose wisely. It's what he wanted. He's begging for help. He's begging to spend his money. And the person couldn't help him. Compared it to an iPhone. Actually, I walked outside and said, well, hold on. Let me just say iPhone out there. You know what I mean? It's this Apple. Seriously, I'm not joking. And these are the same people who deny me a job. Because they say to me, oh, well, you're too experienced. Now, I could get angry with that. And I did get a little bit, spat my dummy. But then I realized you actually did me a favor, because I don't want to be a part of a company like this. I really don't. Thank you for not taking me on. Because I would help your customers choose wisely. And I don't know how many customers that came to my home and said, I just bought this camera, I bought it secondhand, and the CCD sensor's all scratched up. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, and they sold you it like that. Because they don't want that you're checking, and that's what you camera shops. You go sleep at night because it's like, hey, I'm being an honest guy. Of course you're being an honest guy, because you put it all on the employees. It's the employees. But the employees, oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, don't worry about it. See, everybody can sleep at night because no knowledge, no experience, no understanding. Come on, we'll brush it on the table. You can ignore that and get away with it. To me, that's uncool, man. That's really uncool. Now this lens, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Come over here and take a look at this lens. This is a 7200mm lens, AFS. It was told to me that it was perfect working condition. The problem was that there was a filter on the end of it that was jammed and stuck. Okay? This is me ripping the damn thing off without breaking the lens. Yeah? You see that? This thing, this is what I had to do to get this filter off, because it was bent. It was bent and it was twisted, and it was actually and the glass was
the filter was scratched, and I had to carefully remove that and basically break it to get it off. But as you can see, why, and you know what they wanted me? Oh, just sell it with the filter on there. Yeah, sell it with the filter on there. And you know what would have happened? You would have tried to take it. And if you don't have experience, trust me, because I know I've broken one myself, a long time ago. If you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to twist that thing off, you can easily break the rim. Yeah, you could break the rim, or you could easily slip and scratch the glass or break it. Now, how happy would you have been if you, let me just take that dust off it. How happy would you have been if you would have bought this lens with that filter that's unremovable and you would have broke your own screen? You would have been angry at me. You see? You would have been angry at me. I know you would. I took the chance. I took it off for you. Now, you don't have to worry about that mess. See? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you blowing your horn in the middle of the daytime. That's taxis for you. But that's what I'm talking about. Yeah? Inexperienced person would have broken that prime glass. And look how beautiful that glass is. But working perfectly, they said. Working perfectly. Look at this. Look inside there. And tell me what you see. See if I can get that right there. Right there? Yeah? Look at that. Now, what did you just see? You see, does that look like springing back? That's garbage. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like real quickly. Yeah? Is that about right? Yeah? That's the way it's supposed to be. So, this lens, the filter, is jammed. It closes, it shuts. It closes, it shuts. Can you see that? Yeah? But it's stuck. And then, you know what that means? That means the lens actually works. Okay? When I attach it to the D300 or the D400 or DS or D3, it doesn't matter which one I connect it to. Everything is working fine. Yeah? You can hear it working. Well, look at right here, right there. It's got a little bit of a whistle, but it's still working. Yeah? Can you see that? Good. So the vibration reduction is working. The normal active is working. All the electronics is working on this. The glass is beautiful. Thank God I didn't smash it. Okay? And everything seems to be working fine. But I can only take images at f2.8. How many people with this experience and knowledge and the skill would know that to test and look out for something like that? Not many. But definitely not that guy in the camera shop. And that's what's important. Anyway, this is a beautiful lens, but it needs the shutter blades repairing. The shutter blades need repairing. They need a spring or something in there. It needs to be dismantled back here. It needs to be reset so they bounce and they're snappy like that. Let me show you what that looks like. That's how they're supposed to be. Snappy. Okay? And it needs to be right. But once it is, this will be a very nice lens. Very nice. Because I've already tested it. And at f2.8, it's beautiful. But then, it's supposed to be from f2.8 to I don't know. I think it's supposed to be f22 or something like that. You know what I mean? I haven't actually. Let me see. Yeah, f22. See? Because that's the highest. See? It says f22 on there. But believe me, it doesn't shoot at f22. It only shoots at f2.8. So, you know exactly what the problem is. But I would say the company is right about one thing. It is VG condition. It is VG condition. Okay? Might be a little bit better. Anyway, it'll be coming on soon. And I wish you guys all the best. Take care of yourselves.